Johnny Mayer here, and welcome to another tier list. Today we're going to be doing Capcom. You guys know we're doing tier list of all the different publishers, all the different companies. And we're finally here with Capcom. We did Nintendo and we did Ubisoft for the last two, but you know, I'm super excited for this one because you guys know Capcom is currently my favorite third-party publisher. Xbox is, of course, my favorite. Xbox is my favorite, but like, Capcom is my GOAT right now. Capcom is my GOAT. They are just delivering quality on every level. They are delivering quantity on every level. They're delivering good business decisions on every level. They're just doing everything right. They have yet to miss in like so long. But we have a bunch of franchises here that we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of rankings on. Some of them I don't know, I'll be honest. But then we have our 7 tiers as always. I forgot to color code them, but we have goated, gas, fire, solid, mid, trash, and I don't know / not franchise, which I think all of them on here are actually franchises. I don't think we'll have to put any there because it's just a single game. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But yeah, we have our franchise here. So let's go ahead and let's get to it, man. Ace Attorney. We're just gonna go down the list. I'm pretty sure most of this is in alphabetical order. I had to add Marvel vs. Capcom because that wasn't here for some reason. And I don't know what versus is, so I'm assuming it's the Capcom versus like SNK, but either way, I don't know about that. So yeah, all right, Ace Attorney. You know, if this was ranking the like memes, bro, goated memes. But like, I think for me, it's not up my alley, but I actually enjoy every time I see like an Ace Attorney game in like a event or something. I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like I like the characters. I like what the franchise tries to do, and of course I like the memes. So overall, I think it's just a solid franchise. I think people are gonna get super mad at me for putting it there because I haven't really played. I've played one and it was interesting, but I don't think for me it's just one of my cup of teas when it comes to like types of games. But I think in terms of quality, I would like say it's like gas or fire, to be honest with you. But I think for me, just my forte, it's not completely up there for me. Actually, I might just put a fire just because it is so super. Like putting in solid seems really low because I know how good this franchise is. It's just not for me. I'm gonna put it fire. I'm gonna put it fire because I feel like objectively speaking, it's also higher. Breath of Fire. I have no idea what that is, bro. I'll be honest with you. Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers is also fire. I think it's super underrated. I wish we'd get some like new Darkstalkers stuff, but I don't know if it's ever gonna happen. But I mean, you never know. Capcom bringing back a whole bunch of random things, so hey, you absolutely never know. But Darkstalkers is really cool. I remember figuring what that was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and there was I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but the Bat Lady. I remember being like, what the heck is she from? And I figured it out, and then I played Darkstalkers, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. But yeah, Darkstalkers, very, very good franchise. Dead Rising, it is gas, bro, gas. I get 3 and 4 were like definitely worse than 1 and 2, but 1 and 2 are so good, bro. And it is the definition of just having fun, you know? It is the definition of just having fun. Zombies is awesome. It's just so like I just love the franchise. If there was ever a Dead Rising 5 or just Dead Rising reboot, whatever, God, I'd be so ecstatic. I'd be so hyped for it. Yeah, Dead Rising, easily one of my favorite Capcom franchises. But I don't think it's quite reached the goated tier just because 3 and 4 were kind of misses, and it has been on it's been dead for a long time. So I don't think putting in goated is completely fair. Dino Crisis, fire franchise, dude. Where is it? We need it back. We need a new Dino Crisis. It needs to come back. We had Exoprimal, which was, I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty fun for what it was, but they trolled everybody because we all thought it was Dino Crisis, and no, it was just a new IP with some of the same looking characters and the same antagonists, the same concept, just completely not Dino Crisis. What a troll. Anyway, Devil May Cry. This one I could debate putting goated. I really could. But there have been some Devil May Cries that are, because Devil May Cry 5 is freaking phenomenal. And there are some Devil May Cry games that are not quite on that level. And we haven't gotten a new Devil May Cry since 2019 or 2020, I believe. I think 2019. And so I don't think it's also one of Capcom's biggest franchises. So I think for me, I'm going to put it Gas. I think it's really, really good. It's up there with Dead Rising as one of their best franchises. But I don't think it is quite the goated franchise tier yet. Dragon's Dogma, it's fire. Dragon's Dogma 2, I think, was really, really good. Didn't quite live up to my expectations per se, but I still really liked the game. I think the fact that there is only a second one after 13 years of waiting also is the thing of why I'm not going to put it higher. I don't think as a franchise it is done quite that much. I think as individual games it is done quite a bit, but as a franchise, I wouldn't put it anywhere higher than these three. I wouldn't put it anywhere on the same level as these two. So I think I'm going with fire. What is that? Is it Final Fighter or... I don't even know. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it is. Ghosts and Goblins. I'll put it solid. I think they're fun little side-scrolling 2D games with a lot of challenge and difficulty to them. But I haven't really ever found myself like in love with any of the games or the franchise. I like Arthur as a playable character in Marvel vs. Capcom. He's always a fun one to play. But I think as a franchise, it's just solid. There's nothing wrong with it. I just definitely prefer other franchises over it. Lost Planet. I'm going to be honest. I think Lost Planet... I think it's mid. I don't really know where the audience lies for this, to be honest with you. I've played a Lost Planet, and I was just like... Whatever. Now, to be fair, this was like ages ago, like back on like freaking like old Xbox One days. So I don't even know. All I know is it was not very impressive. It was very uninteresting, and yeah, I really don't even remember anything about it. I just remember it being mid. Maximo. I've heard of Maximo. I've never played one though, so I don't know. Mega Man Battle. Okay, I don't know why there's 3 different Mega. I'm just gonna like not do that, and I'm just ranking Mega Man as a whole, and Mega Man is gas. Mega Man is my favorite Capcom franchise. It is my favorite Capcom franchise, but there are Mega Man games that are just not it. There's so many of them that it's almost impossible to not have at least a couple misses, and Mega Man does have some misses, while there have been some that are absolutely incredible. But then also, I don't think Mega Man, the fact that Mega Man has been kind of absent for a while, he's kind of like on a hiatus, also hurts it. I don't think Mega Man is super duper mainstream. He definitely is big, and he's iconic for sure, but I don't think putting it higher than these two can really make much sense. I think Mega Man is pretty much just along the same lines as these three. Monster Hunter's going goated. It's one of their biggest franchises. It's very consistent. It has one of the brightest futures in terms of their franchises. Monster Hunter's really just hitting on all cylinders right now. It's blowing up. Monster Hunter Wilds looks phenomenal. Monster Hunter Rise was really great. Monster Hunter World was really great. Monster Hunter as a whole, even have like the Monster Hunter stories and stuff like that. It's just killing it. It's not even just one of Capcom's biggest franchises. It's just one of the biggest franchises right now. It's just knocking it out the park, and it is really fun. I love it. Okami. This is the franchise with the dog. Honestly, I actually mess with this franchise a lot. I actually do. I mess with it. I'm gonna go with fire. I think actually I'll go solid. I think it's just along the same lines as Ghosts of the Goblins. There's nothing that's screaming to me like I love it, but like I find it fun. I think it's interesting. We haven't gotten one in like literal ages, so it is what it is. It's just a solid franchise. Never played Onimusha. No idea what that is. Power Stone. I haven't played that one either. Resident Evil. Really no debate here. It is again, just like Monster Hunter, one of gaming's just biggest franchises in general. Consistency, quantity, quality. It's just consistently delivering some of the biggest games of the year on a frequent basis. Resident Evil 4 Remake was phenomenal, nominated for Game of the Year. Resident Evil 8 was really good, nominated for Game of the Year. We have a bunch of new Resident Evils in development. There's rumors of Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 0 Remake. I mean, Resident Evil is just like Monster Hunter, firing on all cylinders. There is a very, very clear big three when it comes to Capcom. And it's not Steel Battle. What is that? Battle. Hang on. What is this even saying? Steel Battalion. Steel Battalion. Interesting. Don't even know what that is. The big three is obviously Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Street Fighter. And, you know, I think before Monster Hunter, I do think it was Mega Man. I think before Monster Hunter, it was Mega Man. But I think now there's a very clear top three. All three of these games are the biggest Capcom talking points. Especially after Street Fighter 6, that kind of just blew up. Like, Street Fighter 6 low-key made Street Fighter, like, super mainstream. Almost on the level of, like, more Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. It's also just a phenomenal game in general. And then when you got Resident Evil, Monster Hunter, pretty obvious big three, and all of them are awesome, and I love them all too. I also just biasly would put them all in GOATed. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, easy GOATed. I mean, not really much discussion has to be said about those. I do think like all 6 of these right here are just phenomenal franchises. I would never say anything like, well, I mean, I would, but like, it's very hard to say some negative things about these 6 right here. Strider, dude, Strider's fire. Strider's awesome. I love Strider as a character, first of all, but then Strider, just like in terms of like the game, is super cool, super fun. I would love a modern Strider game. Oh, that would be so epic and hype. Strider's really cool. Beautiful Joe, no idea. Marvel vs. Capcom is also one of the GOATeds. Now, I know the argument can be made of why it's not, because the last one was definitely underwhelming, a disappointment to some. But I think Marvel vs. Capcom is one of the most historic franchises. It has some of the best fighting games of all time. It is just an awesome franchise as a whole. The fact that you're colliding these two universes, Marvel and Capcom, and it's just a crossover that needs to happen more often. I would love to see a new Marvel vs. Capcom, and they just announced the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, which has everybody ecstatic. Marvel vs. Capcom, I do think, is one of the all-time greats when it comes to franchises. It just is so unique and deserves way more than what it actually has. But yes, Marvel vs. Capcom also has one of my favorite fighting games of all time, being 3. I love 3. Same thing with just like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and the other ones. I love them. They're awesome. I think because of the last game, some people have a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth, but even then, I found some fun in it. You know, like there is some fun to be had with Infinite, but there are definitely flaws. But yeah, that does it for this tier list. I know it was a quick one, but I know exactly where all of them were going. Capcom is a very, very strong company right now. They have a really bright future. We have new IPs like Pragmata on the way. And, you know, like I said, they have a ton of Resident Evils in development. They have Monster Hunter Wilds in development. Street Fighter is going to continue to deliver great DLC. Dead Rising Remaster was just announced. We're expecting a new Devil May Cry soon. And the fact that they brought back Dead Rising to me tells me that we have chance for Mega Man, for things like Dino Crisis, things like Strider. Dragon's Dogma just released to critical acclaim, and a lot of people love that game. Yeah. Capcom's really just firing on all cylinders right now. They really are the GOATs. Yeah. GG Capcom. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.